Heavenly Father, we come to you in this hour, asking for your guidance and protection to our virtual gathering today. We thank you for the gift of life, the gift of family, the gift of work, and the gift of friendship. We thank you for this great opportunity to bring us together in this session as brothers and sisters. Bless the committee, the facilitator, and the attendees of this gathering. May we continue to value and appreciate the true essence and meaning of life with the help of your grace. And as we go along to our discussion today, we humbly pray that you would deepen our understanding. Lord, enlighten us and give us wisdom every day. Forgive us for our shortcomings and remind us to always be mindful of the things we do in life. We offer our life and our decisions to you, O Lord. May this gathering today create a memorable experience and a fruitful outcome. We ask this through our Lord Jesus Christ, our Redeemer and our Savior. Amen.
Good day, parents and guardians. I am Alfie Curacello of the Global Studies Center, and I will be your moderator for today's webinar. To start off the session, let me call our esteemed principal of the senior high school, Dr. Brenda Boladola. Let's all give her a virtual clap. Ma'am Brent?
Yes, good morning. A very good morning. Can you hear me, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. I'm so sorry for now. My video, my camera of the desktop that I'm using cannot be detected for now. I'm so sorry. So, I would like to thank, in the first place, the My Soul team with Ma'am Alfie Arcelo, with Sir Fred Lee, with Dean Dave, thank you so much, ma'am, for granting us this opportunity that we can have this upskilling session. Likewise, I would like to thank you, dear parents, all of our parents who are gathered for this upskilling session today. Actually, I am expecting a lot more parents to come. However, since this is yet the very first time that we can have this upskilling session and in more in virtual modality, then I just would like to congratulate all of you, dear parents, dear guardians, and significant others who were then able to make it to attend to today's upskilling session. That is so intended for parents. We believe that parents are then the first teachers. Your students, dear parents, are staying at school for just around 8 hours. But the rest of the number of hours for a day's time is with you. So I believe that this particular session, upskilling session on digital parenting that we're having today, is very significant for all of us. So particularly for this webinar, to our dear parents, guardians, and significant others, this is so designed for all of you, for all of us, ako po, because I would like to consider myself as a parent as well, a parent to your children, is so designed in fostering healthy online habits. So if we're going to speak of that word, fostering healthy online habits, we could not deny the fact that we are in the digital age. Then from time to time, our children are then resorting to the internet, resorting to the My Soul to submit um, online requirements. So we then have this particular seminar or webinar that we're having today to foster healthy online habits as well as promoting responsible digital behavior. And at least from this particular upskilling session that we're having today, we can gain mga practical tips as to how we could further guide our children at home and as to how we can advise them so that while they are learning productively at school, they are not also they become more productive with the online modality that we're having. So once again, to our dear parents, I would like to thank you for your time, for making the time to really come over and to really attend to this seminar or webinar. I would like to recognize our grade level representatives. I am referring to Miss Feby Balukan as well as Ma'am Marjorie Umbak, as they are the grade 12 level parent representatives, as well as I would like to recognize Ma'am Famorkan and Miss Dumalaon of the grade 11. So this is the very first time that we're having this organization that we involve our parents with our systems and operations at school, because I believe that this is a partnership work. Dili na mo kaya nga kami ra sa school. We believe that we can become more productive with you, dear parents. And so this upskilling session that we're having today will be a leap forward as we talk about achievement of positive learning outcomes in what we do at the Senior High School of Silliman University. Again, I would like to thank the team of facilitators. Ma'am Alfie, daghan kayong salamat, ma'am. Sir Jade Montemayor, Ma'am Aurelisa Maypa, Ma'am Cindy Ruth, as well as Sir John Saints Palama, and Sir Fredly. Daghan kayong salamat ninyo, ma'am, for really preparing also for this to help us at the senior high school. Once again, a very good morning and welcome everyone. God bless all of us in this undertaking. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Boladola. It is actually our pleasure to also be with our parents, because as what Dr. Boladola has said, this webinar is really indeed designed for the parents of senior high school students in addressing the unique challenges as well as the opportunities of parenting, especially in this digital era. So we have prepared three important topics to help you, especially in dealing and supporting your children, especially in these crucial years in their lives. Um, we have the first topic, ensuring internet safety, where we learn and understand the potential risks the potential risks online, and of course, how to protect our children from harm. Then we have our second one, which is managing screen time. Here we find the balance between productive and excessive screen use to promote a healthy lifestyle also for our children. And of course, last but not the least, we have ensuring your child's well-being in the digital world, where we as parents help them build habits that foster emotional, mental, and social health in their online interactions. So, um we recognize that the digital space presents both incredible opportunities for learning and connection, as well as significant challenges. So, we hope that through this webinar, we could equip everyone, especially the parents and guardians, with practical tools and strategies to help our children thrive both online and offline, because it's not just the virtual world, we also have the real world to deal with. So, Dr. Brenda has already thanked you for prioritizing. So we are also grateful that you have prioritized the time, or given the time, this important aspect of parenting. No, let us work together to create a safe and nurturing digital environment for the next generation. So off we go with our first speaker. Welcome and enjoy the session.
Our speaker is a licensed professional teacher with 7 years of experience at Silliman University, where he serves as the faculty in charge of educational technology and development at the Dr. Mariano Lau Global Studies Center. Recognized for his contributions to the academic field, Jade was ranked 19th in the Silliman University Scientists Rankings for the year 2025. His expertise in educational technology and commitment to innovation continue to shape the learning experience at the university, enhancing both student engagement and institutional development through cutting-edge practices. Let us welcome Mr. Jade Montemayor.
Again, just to formally introduce myself, I'm Jade Montemayor. I'm a faculty of Silliman University, particularly at the Global Study Center. So I'm the faculty in charge for educational technology and development, and I've been here for the past 7 years. Okay, So let's go and talk about what are these platforms? What are these digital platforms? And what are the risks and benefits in terms of using these platforms? So before we go down and discuss about these platforms and their risks and benefits, first we have to ask ourselves why digital parenting matters in today's technology-driven world. So there are different factors in terms of why does it matter to be a good digital parent, right? So the first one is increased screen time. In the digital age, children are spending a significant amount of time on devices for various purposes. So, for example, online learning, watching videos, or playing games. So, this presents a challenge for parents as excessive screen time can affect a child's physical and mental well being. Digital parenting involves setting clear boundaries on screen time, helping children avoid overstimulation, and encouraging a healthy balance between digital and physical activities. So, the American Academy of Pediatrics recommends screen time based on age, right? So, if you have attended previous sessions for digital parenting, we talk about screen time and we talk about those recommended screen time based on age. So, which can help parents create rules that are age appropriate and beneficial. So, what are the things that you can do to somehow mitigate this increasing screen time? First, these are just suggestions, right? So, first, we can implement screen time or screen free time, such as during meals or an hour before bed. Okay, so another one is we can encourage our children to engage in outdoor activities, also reading or creative offline hobbies. So that's one of many suggestions that we can do in terms of mitigating increased screen time. Or we can also use apps and built-in features to track the screen time of our kids. So in that way, we would know how much is the screen time of our kids and how can we, for example, decrease the screen time. Okay, so another one is access to unfiltered information. So children can access vast amounts of content online. So imagine that. So which basically includes unfiltered, inappropriate, or harmful materials. So platforms like or digital platforms like YouTube, TikTok, and social media can expose our kids, our childrens to content ranging from explicit videos to harmful ideologies, cyberbullying, or eventually scams, right? So children often lack the judgment to discern what's appropriate or safe. As a digital parent, it is important to monitor and guide what children are exposed to. So this can be done by using parental controls. Later on, Ma'am Lisa will talk about the parental controls, age-appropriate content filters, and discussing with children what they see online. So actively engaging in their digital world can help parents ensure children are accessing beneficial content and avoiding harmful material. So what are the things that you can do? Use parental control software or built-in app filters. So for these apps, for example, YouTube Kids, TikToks, Family Pairing, they have these built-in app filters, right? So you can also discuss internet safety, explaining the kinds of content that are appropriate for their age. You can also do that. Or you can encourage children to ask questions if ever they encounter something that is confusing or unsettling material. So those are some of the things that you can do in terms of mitigating access to unfiltered information. Next is online safety and privacy. The internet can expose our kids, our children, to risks like cyberbullying, online predators, and scams. So, social media apps and games with chat functions, well, actually, most of the games nowadays, especially the online ones, have chat functions, right? So, like for example, Roblox or Fortnite allows children to interact with strangers, some of whom may have harmful intentions. Okay, so sharing personal information online can also lead to identity theft or unwanted contact from strangers. Digital parenting ensures children understand the importance of online safety and privacy. So this basically includes teaching children how to create strong passwords, recognize phishing attempts, and understand the consequences of oversharing personal information online. Digital parents also monitor interactions on applications to ensure that children are communicating with trusted friends and family only. So, what are the things that you can do? One is you can teach children how to create strong, unique passwords. That's one. Another one is you can also encourage children to keep their personal information, like for example, their school or their address private, right? You can also discuss what to do if they encounter bullying or predatory behavior online and maintain open communication for them to report any such experiences. Okay, so another factor is digital footprint. Okay, so this term is really common nowadays. Everything shared or posted online becomes part of a person's digital footprint, and it can be permanent. Even deleted content may still exist on the internet, right? So a child's posts, photos, and comments on social media today could affect their future in terms of college admissions, job opportunities, and relationships. Many children are unaware of the long term consequences of their online actions. Digital parenting involves teaching children about the permanence of online actions and the importance of thinking carefully before posting anything online. Okay, so this could include teaching children about privacy settings on social media and how to protect their reputation online. So what are the things that you can do? You can explain the concept of a digital footprint and why it's important to think before posting. Okay, you can also encourage them to review privacy settings on social platforms and make their profiles probably private. Okay, or another one is role play scenarios where they consider whether a post or comment is appropriate or could cause problems in the future. Okay, so the fifth one, another factor, is technology and dependency. I mean, technology dependency and mental health. The overuse of digital platforms can lead to dependency, where children might prefer screen time over other activities like outdoor play, reading, or face to face interactions. This dependency can also affect mental health, with studies showing links between excessive screen time and increased levels of anxiety, depression, and sleep disturbances in children. Constant comparisons on social media can affect children's self-esteem, while gaming addiction has also become a major concern. So, digital parenting involves recognizing the signs of technology dependency and addressing them early. So, parents need to create opportunities for children to unplug from their devices, ensuring that technology is enhancing their lives rather than dominating them. Okay, so what are the strategies that you can do? You can encourage a variety of activities, both online and offline. Or you can also set daily or weekly screen time limits and promote offline socialization. Or another one is you can monitor for signs of technology dependency, such as mood swings, irritability, or withdrawal from offline activities. Okay, so another factor is development of critical thinking. Okay. So children are constantly exposed to new ideas and opinions online, but they may not yet have the critical thinking skills to evaluate the validity of the information they encounter. So they can easily be misled by, example, fake news, biased content, or misinformation. This makes it essential for parents to teach children how to think critically about what they see and read online. So, children need to learn how to identify credible sources, differentiate between fact and opinion, and question the motives behind the information they are presented with. So with digital parenting, you will involve basically in engaging children in conversations about what they encounter online and basically encouraging them to question the accuracy of the content they consume and teaching them how to cross-check facts. Okay, so what are the things that you can do? You can teach children how to identify credible sources and avoid fake news. You can also encourage them to verify information by basically cross-checking with the reliable sources. Or you can also discuss current events or online content together and challenge them to think critically about that particular content or topic. Okay, so the last one is preparation for the future. So as technology becomes more integrated into every aspect of life, digital literacy is a crucial skill for children's future success. Okay, so whether it's coding, understanding how to use different software, or being comfortable with the new technology developments, children will need these skills for future careers, right? So digital parenting involves fostering digital literacy from an early age, encouraging children to use technology creatively and productively. So parents can guide children in using technology not just for entertainment, but also as a tool for learning and development. By understanding digital trends and guiding their children through them, parents can ensure that children are well prepared for a future in which technology will play a significant role, right? So, things that you can do is you can encourage children to engage in creative technology activities, like, for example, coding, blogging, or video editing. Or you can also provide access to educational tools and applications that promote skills development. Or you can also ensure um, children understand the broader impact. Make sure that the children understand the broader impact of technology and their future lives and careers. So, based from those factors, based on the things that we've discussed so far, it's really evident that digital parenting really plays a pivotal role in our children's lives, right? So that's why it's really important and that's why it matters. Okay, so next is we now have to understand what are these digital platforms. Digital platforms refer to online services and apps or application that provide access to wide range of activities like, for example, communication, entertainment, education, and socialization. So if ever you've used an online service or an application for communication, entertainment, education, and socialization, so basically you are using a digital platform. Okay, so these are some of the commonly used digital platforms for our kids or our childrens. We have YouTube, of course. We have YouTube Kids, Roblox, TikTok, Khan Academy, and Duolingo. So these are just example of the many platforms that are currently being used by our children. Okay, so YouTube, for an instance, is a video sharing platform where users can upload and watch videos, right? It offers a wide variety of content, including entertainment, education, and tutorials. YouTube Kids also is a more controlled environment created by YouTube, so specifically designed for children's, right? Or children. So it filters content to ensure it is appropriate for younger audiences. offering educational shows, fun videos, and family-friendly entertainment, right? So we also have TikTok is a social media platform that allows users to create and share short form videos, often set to music or audio, right? So although TikTok has age restrictions, like for example 13 plus, younger children may still access it with parental supervision. So it's highly engaging due to its endless stream of video content tailored by algorithms to individual preferences. And also we have Roblox. So it is an online platform that allows users to create and play games developed by other users. So it's highly popular among elementary age children due to its immersive gaming environment and creativity-oriented gameplay. So where kids can design their own games or play those made by others. Now, in terms of educational apps, examples of those, we have Khan Academy and Duolingo, right? So, for example, Khan Academy offers free educational content for children, featuring interactive exercises, lessons, and storytelling designed for young learners, right? Duolingo, for an instance, is a language learning app that is both educational and engaging. So kids can learn new languages through gamified lessons, improving their language skills while having fun. So again, these platforms are designed to cater to various aspects of a child's interests, making them popular choices for children to explore and engage with, right? So that's the reason why these platforms, these applications are very much popular to our childrens or our kids. Okay, so why children use these platforms? So what's the explanation behind, right? So there are three main reason why children love to use these platforms, right? So children are naturally drawn to digital platforms for several key reasons, and these are just some of the examples. So understanding these reasons help parents manage and guide their children's online behavior in a more constructive way, right? So first is entertainment. So why children loves to use YouTube or YouTube Kids? Because kids watch fun, engaging content like cartoons, DIY crafts, science experiments, and gameplay videos. Why do you use TikTok? Because short videos with catchy songs, dances, and memes entertain children with the fast-paced nature of the platform, keeping them engaged. Roblox, why do you use it? Because it allows for highly interactive and imaginative play where kids can create their own games or explore various virtual worlds created by others. So, for example, according to research by Common Sense Media, children aged 8 to 12 spend an average of 5 hours per day using screens, much of which is dedicated to entertainment and gaming platforms like, for example, YouTube and Roblox. Okay, so another one, learning. So we're done with the entertainment. Let's proceed to learning. Many platforms provide educational value alongside entertainment. So for instance, YouTube channels like Crash Course Kids offer fun and science educational videos that explain complex topics in simple, engaging ways. So Khan Academy Kids, for an instance, is another way of how digital platform are becoming crucial learning tools for young children. So offering lessons in math, reading, and social skills. Another one, Roblox, in terms of learning, and similar gaming platforms can also foster creativity, logic, and problem solving skills as children learn how to build virtual worlds and complete challenging tasks. Right. So this is an example, another example statistics. During the COVID-19 pandemic, so education apps saw a spike in downloads. So for example, apps like Khan Academy is seeing a 20% increase in usage among children aged 6 to 12. So this is according to a 2020 App Annie report research, right? So another factor is we're done with the entertainment, we're done with the learning. Another one is socializing. So children today use digital platform as part of their social lives. So whether it's playing games with friends on Roblox or sharing creative videos on TikTok, or these platforms provide ways for children to connect with peers in a virtual setting. Even apps like YouTube allow for indirect socialization, as children may follow popular YouTubers or share videos with their friends, building a sense of community. So, games with interactive components such as Roblox often have chat functions, allowing children to communicate with each other while playing games together. So, fostering virtual friendship and collaborative play. Example statistics, okay? So Roblox has over 230 million monthly active user worldwide, and many of them age between 8 to 12. Imagine 230 million monthly active users. The platform has been praised for its ability to promote collaborative play, creativity, and social engagement among young users. So, those are some of the reasons why children's or our kids are using these platforms. So, now let's talk about the benefits and risk, or the risks and benefits of the different applications. So, first, let's start with YouTube. So some of the benefits of YouTube is that you have access to educational content, right? So YouTube has a wealth of educational channels specifically designed for kids, offering content that is both engaging and informative. So this makes YouTube a powerful tool for learning, especially for younger audiences. So many channels cover a wide range of subjects, including science, math, history, art, and even life skills. Okay. So what else? YouTube encourages creativity. Okay, so YouTube isn't just for passive consumption, it also allows children to express their creativity. So many children use YouTube to upload their own videos, whether they are performing music, making animations, or telling stories. So this allows them to develop important skills like storytelling, video editing, and public speaking. Okay, what else? Personalized content. For example, in YouTube Kids. Okay. So YouTube offers a version called YouTube Kids, which provides age appropriate content tailored to younger viewers. So this platform uses algorithms and filters to recommend child friendly videos based on previous viewing habits. So, what are the benefits of YouTube Kids? Parents can actually set the time limits to ensure their children are not watching too much. The app provides educational and fun content that aligns with children's developmental stages. So parents can monitor what their kids are watching and adjust preferences to allow for a better and more controlled experience. So those are some of the benefits of YouTube. And what are the risks? First one is exposure to inappropriate content, right? So despite efforts to filter content, YouTube's algorithm don't always catch inappropriate videos. Videos with harmful themes like violence, explicit language, or content disguised as kid-friendly but containing inappropriate messages can slip through filters even on YouTube Kids. Okay? So what else? Risk of cyberbullying and online predators. So if kids use the main YouTube platform, they may interact with strangers in the comment sections of videos. So this can expose them to cyberbullying, where they might receive negative, hurtful, or harmful comments on their videos or the ones they follow. Additionally, some predators use YouTube to target children, either by interacting in comments or direct messaging. Okay, so cyberbullying and online predators. Another one is addiction to screen time. So YouTube's autoplay feature continuously serves up new content, making it difficult for children to disengage, right? So the algorithm curates videos based on the viewer's viewing history, often leading to endless hours of entertainment. So for children, this can result in excessive screen time, which has been linked to issues like poor sleep, decreased physical activity, and behavioral challenges. Okay, and the last one, of course, it's the ads and in-video promotions. So YouTube is a platform driven by advertisement, right? And while YouTube Kids attempts to restrict harmful ads, children may still be exposed to contents that encourages materialism or promotes products in ways that they don't fully understand. So some content creators used in-video promotions to sell products or services that the viewers and children's might not be able to distinguish between content and advertisements. So those are some of the risks and benefits in terms of using YouTube. Then we have Roblox. So what are the benefits in using Roblox? So first we have fosters creativity and problem solving. So Roblox is a platform where users can create their own games and virtual worlds. So this basically allows children to exercise their creativity, learning the basics of game development and programming. So kids used Roblox Studio to design games, build structures, and develop interactive experiences using simple tools. So this encourages problem solving as children often need to think critically about how to structure gameplay, build environments, or troubleshoot technical issues. Okay, that's one example of the benefits of Roblox. The second one is it promotes social interaction and collaboration. Roblox is a social platform where users can connect with friends and other players, often working together on in-game tasks, challenges, or game creation. So this can foster teamwork and social skills as children learn to collaborate with others, plan strategies, and communicate effectively in virtual worlds, right? So, what are the risks in using Roblox? So, the first one is exposure to inappropriate content. So, although Roblox has moderation systems in place, it is largely user generated, meaning there's potential for children to be exposed to inappropriate content, such as violent or suggestive themes in certain games. So, while Roblox tries to filter out harmful content, not all games meet age appropriate standards. And children can stumble upon content that is not suitable for their age group. So that's a risk. Another one is stranger danger and online predators. So Roblox allows players to interact with other through chat features, which can open the door to interactions with strangers, right? So children can receive friend requests or in-game messages from people they do not know, some of whom may have ill intentions. So online predators have been known to use chat platforms to target children's, grooming them through friendly conversations before attempting to exploit them. So that's stranger danger and online predators, right? Another one is in-game purchases and scams. So Roblox operates on a virtual currency called Robux, which can be purchased with real money. Okay, so some games encourage children to make in-game purchases for example, skins, items, or other enhancements, which can lead to children inadvertently spending large sums of money. So additionally, there have been cases of scams within the platform where players are tricked into giving away their Robux or personal information. So those are some of the risks and benefits of using Roblox. Okay, and then we have TikTok. So what are the risks and benefits in using TikTok? So the first one is in terms of benefits, it encourages creativity and self-expression. So TikTok is a platform where users can create short form videos often set to music or audio clips, right? Now, it allows children and teens to express themselves creatively by making videos on a wide range of topics, from dancing to comedy, lip syncing, or even educational content. So, TikTok's editing tools, effects, and filters enable users to explore video creation in a fun, engaging way. So another one is its access to educational content. So TikTok is not just for entertainment. There are many creators who produce educational content that basically covers a variety of subjects, from science experiments to historical facts, life skills, or language learning. This type of content can be engaging for children and provide bite-sized educational material. Okay, so access to educational content. Another one is it fosters community and social interaction. So TikTok allows users to connect with friends and like-minded individuals through its social features. It can be placed where children engage in conversations, participate in community challenges, or feel part of a larger group with shared interests. Okay, so in terms of risk, what are the risks of using TikTok? So the first one is we have exposure to, to inappropriate content. So again, TikTok has content that ranges from child friendly to mature. And children may come across videos with explicit languages, suggestive behavior, or inappropriate themes, right? So while TikTok has content moderation and parental controls, some videos that are not appropriate for younger audiences can still slip through. Okay? So another one is privacy and data concerns. So TikTok collects personal data from its users, including location, device information, and browsing behavior. So for children, this poses a risk as they may not fully understand how their data is being used or the potential dangers of sharing too much personal information online. So additionally, there have been concerns regarding how TikTok handles the privacy of its users, particularly the minors. Okay. And then we also have cyberbullying and negative social pressure. So the comment section and interaction features on TikTok can expose children to cyberbullying or hurtful comments. So additionally, children may feel social pressure to fit in with certain trends, challenges, or beauty standards, which can impact their self-esteem and mental health. Okay, and the last one we have addiction and excessive screen time. So TikTok's endless scroll of short, engaging videos can make it difficult for children to stop watching. So this platform's algorithm continuously serves up content based on user preferences, which can lead to hours of mindless scrolling, increasing the risk of screen addiction. Okay, so excessive screen time can lead to physical and mental health issues such as poor sleep, decreased physical activity, and difficulty focusing on other tasks. So those are some of the benefits and risks of this particular platform, which is TikTok. Okay, and in my last slide, it's all about balancing risks and benefits of digital platforms. Okay, so digital platforms such as YouTube, Roblox, and TikTok offer tremendous opportunities for creativity, learning, and social interaction for children. These platforms can foster critical thinking, problem solving skills, and even help develop future ready technological abilities. However, they also have they also come with significant risks, including exposure to inappropriate content, privacy and security concerns, cyberbullying, and the potential for screen addiction. Right? So as a digital parent, it's essential to take an active role in your child's online life. Now, this includes setting appropriate boundaries, monitoring content, and teaching children about the responsible use of these platforms. By doing so, parents can ensure that their children enjoy the positive aspect of these digital platforms while minimizing the associated risk. Okay, so these are just the key takeaways of our discussion, especially on my part. So YouTube provides educational content and creative outlets, but requires close monitoring to avoid inappropriate videos and excessive screen time. Now, when it comes to Roblox, it fosters creativity and social play, but comes with risk of exposures to inappropriate content and interaction with strangers. And when it comes to TikTok, it allows for creative expression and educational content, but exposes children to privacy concerns, social pressure, and potentially harmful interactions. Okay, so ultimately, digital platforms can be valuable tools for children when used responsibly and under proper guidance. So that would be on my part, and thank you so much.
Our speaker today is a licensed professional teacher with over a decade of experience in the education field. She is currently a faculty member at Silliman University, working with both the Senior High School and the Global Studies Center. In her pursuit of higher education, she is determined to complete her Master of Arts in Education, major in Educational Management, at Silliman University. She has also completed her academic requirements for a Master's in Information Systems and holds a bachelor's degree in Information Technology from the same institution. With years of teaching experience, particularly in information technology education undergraduate programs, she has honed her knowledge and skills to excel in her field. Please join me in welcoming Teacher Aurielle Lisa Z. Maypa.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. So, in continuation with what Sir Jade has shared to you, I will be focusing more on tips on how to manage your children's screen time. So, before I'll be sharing my screen, let me post a question that I want you to answer on the chat box. So the question goes like this: what are some of the challenges you've faced as parents in managing your children's tech usage or screen time? Yes, any challenges that you have faced? I would like to encourage everyone to participate so that we will know, or I will know, that you're still alive and kicking. Yes, the question again is found on the chat box. What are some of the challenges you've faced as parents in managing your children's tech usage or screen time? Thank you, Ma'am Cheryl. I think most of us experience that. You're not the only one. Let's wait for the rest. Yes, these are all true. Family time, late sleeping time. Not a high-tech wizard than our children. Yeah, they can go around, and then even if we maybe turned off our internet, they still know how to put it back on because they are more tech savvy than us. For working parents, not to be able to check sometimes, even with constant reminder. Yeah, so a lot of these problems or challenges, I know most of us here are facing it, right? So this is the time where I will show you more tips on really how to manage the use of our children's screen time. So for context, I also have a daughter and two other teenagers living in our house that um, are already teenagers. And of course, as we know, most teenagers now are always on their phones, right? And yes, they do lack sleep. Because most especially if they already have their own room, which most of the kids has, and they're teenagers or even younger, if they have their own room and their phone is always with them, so it's hard to um, sometimes check on them, especially if us parents are also very busy. So yes, I hope my screen is already available. Researching as an excuse. True. So it is true that without adult guidance, most teenagers would really spend almost all of their waking hours behind a screen. And statistics shows that an average screen time for teens reflect that. So COVID time around more than 8 hours spent. But nowadays it has to be they say that the healthier time to be on screen should only be around 2 to 4 hours a day. So just imagine, maybe if you look at your kid's phone, check the time spent there. I know for sure it's like 7 hours a day. So um So even when our child are texting, they use their smartphone or watch TV, use their laptops. So their screen use can easily get out of control, right? So, but if our children will also say, well, everyone is doing it. Yeah, it's correct. But everyone is doing it. Their classmates, their friends, even us, their parents are doing it. But that does not mean that aren't any consequences of unlimited screen time. So let's see what are these consequences. So as a question goes, why too much screen time is harmful? Well, of course, it is linked to a variety of problems, such as obesity. If you've noticed, if you've seen friends who are call center agents, or for those who spend more time sitting and watching the screen, tends to have what they call this, an increase in weight, or yes, obesity. And especially it interferes with their social activities, family time. And the worst part is it takes a toll on our children's mental health. So this is also true even for us adults. If too much screen time, if you look at too much bad news, it takes a toll on our mental health as well. So taking the time to strategize on how to set limits is worthwhile for us parents, as it can also help to prepare us for the resistance we will likely encounter from our children. So here's a video I will be showing you. Let me see if it plays, on how to support the screen time usage, limit the screen time usage of our children. Wait. I don't think I've shared the audio. Share sound.
Screen time refers to the time spent watching television, playing a video game, or using any electronic device with a screen, such as a smartphone or tablet. Smartphones are central to teens' daily routine, if not integral to it. Whether it's sending something on Snapchat to keep a streak going as soon as they wake up, getting up to speed on news on Twitter, or live streaming thoughts about their day on social media, it can be hard to keep teens away from screens. Our research suggests that parents find it harder to manage their children's screen time as they get older. However, they agree it's important that children and young people have the right balance of time on and offline. For teens, It's more about equipping them with the tools to self-regulate their own screen time and gain a critical understanding of how it's impacting their well-being. To help teens benefit from screen time, there are some simple things you can do to support them. It can be tempting for children to multitask with a screen, but often it can become a distraction. To help them strike a healthy balance, it's important to set simple rules they can follow. Putting their phone on Do Not Disturb when doing important activities like homework, creating device-free zones in the home, and taking regular breaks from tech are a great start to help them prioritise family time and sleep over screens. Also, setting a good example with your own screen time use is essential. Learn how they communicate with others online to better guide them as they become more socially active online and draw from friends, passions, and online sources to build their identity. The more you get involved and understand the things your children do online, the easier it is to gain their respect and influence what they do in their digital world. Be open and honest about the online risks teens face so they can come and talk to you if they get into trouble online. And don't overreact. Remember that the dialogue is important and you want them to come back to you the next time as well. Whatever devices your teen uses, take the time to sit together and review the free tools available to help them assess the time they spend online and make them aware of privacy settings they can use to stay in control of what they share. And finally, it's important to make teens aware that most platforms are purposely built to keep them watching or playing. This can help them avoid mindless scrolling. Encourage them to be more critical about the media they watch and the platforms they use, to avoid falling prey to misinformation or fake news. Point them towards apps and websites that will complement what they enjoy in the real world and develop their key skills. Screen time guides for other age groups are available at Internet Matters.
Okay, let's go to each of them one by one. So before that, though, may I know for sure you've already set screen how to manage screen time to your children. Can you also share that with us? So again, we are going to go with each of those, but I also want to know how what's your practice at home in managing your children's screen time, so that each and every one of us can also learn a thing or two among each other, from each other, I mean. Do you have a no phones in the bedroom? There, if they go to the bedroom, their phone should be left somewhere. Sige, I'll give you a minute or two to put in your strategies on how you mitigate this problem, if it is a problem at home. Okay, yes, thank you, Mom Tifara. No phone, no during. Yes, that's good. No phone during meals. Yes, let's go. Keep the ball rolling. Or maybe by 10 o'clock, all phones should be off, or or no internet at 10 o'clock. Or no phones during Sundays. I know of a family that is like that. The kids are at home, however, if there are the dormant, it is difficult for us parents who are away from them. True, Mom Juliet. in that case, I hope the for students that are in the dormitory, I hope they are um wise enough to know when to turn off their phone or not to use their phone. Yes, true, the dorm managers are there, but how many dorm manager compared to the number of dormers? Remind our kids all the time. Okay. You may keep on sharing your guidance here, or your ways of mitigating this problem, or the ways your guidance here is really absolutely welcome. So first off, make screen time a privilege. This is according to the research I've made. So a screen time as a privilege. So one of the ways screen time has changed over time is that it was once considered a privilege, but it is now considered more of a right. So if you grew up sharing a family computer, for instance, you may have felt fortunate to get an hour to use it if you go back to your younger days. Diba? When there are more screens than ever available for teens, like 24/7, it places more pressure on parents to say when their child can and cannot have screen time. Because most especially now, if you have 3 kids, you also have 3 phones. Unlike before, it's only just one family computer, and everyone has to have an hour or two using that. So we have to make it clear that screen time is a privilege that needs to be earned, just like in the example later, the example that was given, they can only use their phone or let's say any video games after they're done with their homework. So that's making it a privilege. So at first, this may be difficult, but the lessons from learning to delay the gratification of screen time and control their impulses will likely stay with your child for a long time. Right? So also you have to establish a clear rule and boundaries for screen time. And be sure that your teens is aware of what behaviors can result in their privilege of screen time being taken away. One expectation that can be helpful to establish is that their homework and chores, there should be chores, need to be done first. And then they can turn on the TV, play games, or go on the computer. No, so again, yes, should be done with your homework. And I really do believe giving them chores is also very essential for when they grow up. I've seen a lot of videos about that. It makes it little bit different for teens. There's a little bit different in growing up with teens that has chores than those who does not have. So again, please make a way to make the screen time a privilege. Okay, next, model healthy habits. Yeah, this is somewhat difficult for us parents or adults to do, because even us spends a lot of time online. Why is that so? Why is that so? Why is it even the adults find it hard to manage their screen time? It makes it hard again because we need to be the role model for our children. So it can really be helpful to have screen time that limits everyone in the household, and it is expected to be followed. So telling your teens to turn off their electronics while sitting in front of the TV is likely to be less effective than letting them know that it's time for everyone to shut down their screen. So that's including us. Because teens will learn more from what you do than what you say. So we should be good role model by limiting our screen time. So what could be an alternative way for us parents if we put down our phone? That is, if it's difficult, if our work is also through our phones or through our computer. But if it's not, if you're just working, if you're not working in that kind of industry, maybe perhaps read a book. How about the rest? What can you suggest? Again, I'm talking to those who does not necessarily have to be on their phones when they get home. So if we set a limit, we all put our phones down, what could be an alternative for not using the phone? Maybe play Scrabbles? Uso pa ba na? Any suggestions? Books could be a good thing. Reading books. Again, your answers are very welcome. And for us to do that to them. But now that they are getting mature, it is really hard to be strict to them, for they might think that we are controlling them. Yes, true. They really would think that we are controlling them, especially if that's also how we put it. But we also need to communicate with them properly, because I know our kids are intelligent, and mostly all informations are available online. They also know what the risk is if they will spend most of their time online. And it's also very important that us parents know also the risk if we just let them use their gadgets most of the time. So again, just communicate why we need to limit. Because again, we have to teach our kids as young as right now, so when they grow old, it will not be that hard for them. And discourage multitasking. If you've seen your kids, even if they're studying, they're on their phones, or they're studying, but then their social medias are also open. You know, social media such as Facebook, Instagram, or let's say YouTube. Even that has the algorithm is made so that we are always glued to it. So let's just help them not multitask, and also show why they should not multitask. So I have here another video why multitasking can destroy productivity. Okay, let me just pull up this video. I'll share another screen. Okay, let me share my YouTube.
When I was growing up in the 90s and early 2000s, it seemed to be a pretty linear life, and I always thought that's also what's expecting me when I will be grown up. With linear, I mean a very straightforward life and orderly path. School, studies, and working a job. Sounds quite boring, but back then I truly thought people, including myself, were living in the moment, completing one thing after another, without being greatly disturbed or frightened of potentially missing out on other opportunities. Now, 10 to 20 years forward, comparing those times of my childhood and youth with today's world and my adult life, I realized that I was completely wrong. I feel nowadays no one is living in the moment anymore, no one is embracing a simple life, and worse, no one is somehow willing to pour all their attention and focus into single activities. Today, it's rather about doing more things at the same time, multitasking and getting the most out of everything. But the expectation of easily multitasking and sharing attention while it's benefiting is completely wrong and actually ruins people's lives. In fact, the multitasking culture that we have developed in the 21st century is destroying your focus, memory, and social relationships. But luckily, there is just 3 things that help you to reverse that negative development and feel energized and living in the moment again. But to properly understand what this is, we need to understand why multitasking has only become such a big thing quite recently. Before the 1960s, multitasking was not even a known term, did not exist, and no one could brag about being presumably really good at it. Rather, people back in the mid-20th century were just doing one manual task after another. In fact, multitasking only came up in the mid-1960s when computers were on the rise and able to perform several jobs at the same time. Multitasking was born, but of course done by a machine and not a human. Then multitasking made its way from the computer engineering industry to other industries and eventually into the whole society. Over the next generations, and especially with the increasing popularity of computer technologies, multitasking became a thing and probably has reached its peak by now with all of the smart devices that we have around us every day. I mean, before computers or smartphones, how could you even perform multitasking? When I was younger, the only digital gadgets that we had at home were a TV, a radio, a telephone, and a Walkman. I mean, not sure if that even counts as a digital asset, but anyway. Only slowly, Discmans, mobile phones, and personal computers made their way into personal homes. So yeah, the only possibility I could multitask back then was maybe listening to the radio or CD whilst reading a book or drawing something. Now look around and see what's just in your room that you can multitask with today. Probably a smartphone, a TV, maybe a smartwatch, a laptop, maybe even a tablet, earphones, or an additional desktop computer as well. Most likely you have been multitasking forever without even thinking about its consequences, which are, by the way, a lot worse than you might have thought. But before looking into the negative effects of multitasking, let's briefly debunk what multitasking actually is, because we've all had a completely wrong understanding of it by now. Even though it's called multitasking, it's actually not. And even though you and me usually inflate our perceived ability to multitask, meaning we basically overestimate ourselves, of course, the human body is more straightforward than you think. Because the human brain cannot do 2 or more tasks simultaneously. Expect they have become completely automatic. But as long as that's not the case, trying to multitask rather leads to task switching. So to repeatedly go back and forth between one or the other task. Maybe more prominently known is media multitasking, which is the engagement with or switching between multiple media streams such as TV, phone, music, text messaging, and so forth. I mean, we all know that type of multitasking, right? Watching TV and at the same time checking your phone, or working on your laptop and at the same time listening to music. So as long as those activities are not fully automatic, task switching causes disruption in the primary task that may lead to errors as well as a longer time that is required to perform both tasks. In short, when you think you multitask and are super efficient, you are actually taking longer because you're making more mistakes since you're not completely focusing on your main task and have frictional losses when switching back and forth to the second task. And that's, by the way, not the only bad thing about multitasking, but there are even worse consequences which we will come to in a minute. Before, let's briefly look at the situations where multitasking actually works. That's when you are performing two very automatic behaviors. For example, when you're going for a walk and listening to music or talking to someone else. I mean, easy, right? Both activities completely run on autopilot and can therefore be performed 100% simultaneously without having to switch between one or the other. I mean, how weird would that look like if you need to stop walking before you can respond to the other person? But maybe you have experienced yourself that when driving a car in a tricky situation, for example, when there's a lot of traffic, you need to switch off the radio or refrain from speaking to someone else because you need full concentration without any friction losses on your driving. So yeah, multitasking, or rather task switching, makes you take longer to finish your tasks and you will make more mistakes in whatever you do. Even worse, it destroys your attention, memory and focus, and with that, your real life social relationships and the ability to live in the moment. That has been proven by several studies that have compared, for example, high media multitaskers with low media multitaskers. The main results of these studies is that people who multitask more consistently perform worse in multiple, but even then in single tasks that require such skills like memory, attention, or self-control. That means even when heavy multitaskers go back to a single task, they are worse doing it because they have ruined their skill level through multitasking. But the worst thing is that this is not limited to performing tasks at work or university, but also in private life. Just think about a night out with friends where you meet for dinner at a friend's place or in a restaurant. How long does it take until the first one picks up their phone and checks Instagram or WhatsApp? Then, how long does it take them to leave the phone aside and pick it up again? I bet that almost everyone around you is quite often at their phone, even when being with friends or in other social situations. And that's the actual problem. You multitask, or rather switch between conversation and phone, or between discussion and WhatsApp, and every time you switch, you lose a fraction. You lose track of the conversation, you lose focus and attention of what is going on in the real life at the dinner table. And eventually, there is less satisfaction that you get out of the conversation because you might have missed 50% of it. So the simple solution to go back to your focus, memory, and the quality of social interactions is the following. Think about what's important to you and in what order. Is the dinner with friends more important, or your WhatsApp messages? Or when being in a meeting, are your emails more important, or what your colleague says? Once you know that, focus on the thing you find most important. If it's the dinner, put your phone aside. If it's the meeting, close Outlook or Gmail. And finally, stay on track and don't think you can multitask, because you can't. So stay focused on that one thing and you will realize you get so much more out of each single interaction and activity than ever before. Now, if you want to commit to reducing multitasking but aren't sure if you can stick to that promise, make sure to watch this video where I share a simple strategy to finally make habits stick.
Okay. Basically, I think it boils down to just explaining to our kids why they shouldn't do this, why they shouldn't do that, rather than just saying, don't do this, don't do that. No? Let me go back to my PowerPoint presentation. And how should we communicate this to them? If you can remember the first video that I've showed you said communicate in a way that they understand. So how does our teens communicate? Or how do your teens communicate? Any answer to that question? Maybe perhaps you have to create a TikTok video for them to understand what you're saying. Maybe perhaps instead of telling it to them face to face, they'd rather read it through their phone by texting them, by chatting on Messenger. No? So I think what most of us maybe probably is missing here is give our teens clear communication. Again, not just a know this, know that, but the why. Why shouldn't we do that? What are the implications? Leading by example. True, Ma'am Martin. No? Cause and it should not only be a one-way communication as well. You have to hear their side. I think that's when what really matters as well. Hearing their end of the bargain. Maybe they will negotiate. At least hear them as well, even if they have something to say, which they will always have something to say. Hear them out as well, and then negotiate. So where are we? Yes. So next, establish clear rules. So again, this is where the part where there's a no TV, no phones on during mealtime, the one that you have shared, no phones in the bedroom, no phones when you go to the bathroom. So you establish clear rules. So again, if you go back to managing their screen time, because again, excessive use of this can really give you a health risk, give our children as well health risks. And of course, encourage physical activity. Good for those kids that are already into physical activities. They have sports, but if not, encourage them to do so. So it would be nice if, I don't know, all the family will go out and play once in a while, once a week, during weekends. Because I've read there's a research that says, I've read somewhere a research, I forgot who the authors of this research is that teens find it more peaceful if they're not using their phones, something like that, or if they're not using their gadgets. They find it more peaceful in their end. Maybe because if you're staying too much in social media, comparing yourself to other people, especially Instagram, the unreal people, maybe that stresses out the body, especially for teenagers. No? So yeah, let's encourage physical activity, because as we know, when we sweat, it releases endorphins. Am I correct? No, it's true also for us adults. And I think I'm to my last slide. Educate your teens on media. So media literacy is an important skill that our children needs. We have to make sure to have a frequent conversation about the various aspects of media. Let's explain to them how advertisements and sponsored content can create false narratives that attempt to make them feel inadequate in order to try to convince them to purchase their products. So let's discuss the dangers of too much violence exposure and help them learn how to be an informed viewer. How to do that? We also, us parents also need to be well informed before we can, before we can inform our children, no? Because maybe our kids are much more informed than us. It's the other way around now. So we have to be, dapat we should be on top of it before our kids does. So that's just some of the ways on how we can help set our screen time for our children. And thank you everyone for those who has uh, placed in the chat box the ways they also manage their screen time to their kids. And I really do hope you communicate well, open communication to your kids, and find out the best way to communicate with them, because we really don't want them to feel that we are controlling them. Because in that way, if they feel that they are being controlled, the more they are going to how do you say it, the more they're going to, what's that word, pasaway. So with that, I will give you to Mom Cindy, who will tell us how to support our child's well-being in the digital world. So that's it for my end, Mom Cindy.
Our speaker today is Mrs. Cindy Ruth Villariza, the secretary at the Dr. Mariano C. Lau Global Studies Center, Silliman University. She previously served as the secretary to the advisor of international students for 7 years and has extensive experience as a trainer for university staff. In June 2021, she proudly completed an exciting online course on teaching university students offered by Hong Kong Baptist University. In addition to her professional achievements, Mrs. Villariza is a dedicated wife and mother of 2 sons. Her work in educational administration and staff training reflects her commitment to both professional development and family life. Please join me in giving a warm round of applause to our speaker, Mrs. Cindy Ruth Villariza.
All right, thank you for that. Let me share with you my screen. Okay, is it clear, Sir Fredley? Okay, thank you. So I think my best practices topic is, I think Sir Jade and Ma'am Lisa already discussed it with you, but then again, let me allow me to share with you again the best practice for digital parenting. Again, I'm Cindy Ruth R. Villariza. Thank you for joining us. No? Okay. Technology has become an integral part of our children's lives. It's where they learn, socialize, and entertain themselves. However, it also exposes them to the risk like cyberbullying, misinformation, and privacy violations. As parents, it's important to understand these challenges and equip ourselves with the knowledge to guide our children effectively. Today, we'll explore practical strategies to ensure your child uses technology responsibly. These strategies include promoting open communications, setting boundaries, teaching digital literacy, fostering safe online habits, and emphasizing digital well-being. Each tip is tailored to help you manage your child's digital activities while maintaining a strong bond with them. Remember, digital parenting is not about controlling, it's about supporting and empowering. By the end of this session, we'll have actionable tips to implement right away. So let's work together to create positivity and balanced digital environment for our children. Today, our goal is to provide you with practical advice on how to help your children thrive in digital world. Especially, we'll cover 4 key areas. First is ensuring online safety, which includes understanding the risk and protecting personal information. Second is managing screen time effectively to promote balance between online and offline activities. Third, building digital literacy and teaching responsible online behavior. Fourth, encouraging open communication to create trust and understanding. Each of these areas plays a vital role in playing your child development healthy digital habits. Teenagers spend significant amount of time online, whether for socializing, entertainment, or social work, or schoolwork. They often use platforms like TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, or online learning tools. This platform can provide educational resources, creativity outlets, and social connections. However, they also comes with four risks like cyberbullying, privacy issues, and exposure to inappropriate content. Many students struggles with distinguishing between helpful and harmful online activities. As parents, it's crucial to understand what platforms they use and how they interact with them. By staying informed, you can anticipate potential problems and address them effectively. Ask your children about their favorite apps, games, or websites. It shows you're interested and gives you insights into their digital lives. Under- Understanding their digital world is the first step in helping them navigate it safely. Discuss how we can use this knowledge to empower them. For example, one parent showed how their child loved creating videos on TikTok but wasn't aware on privacy settings. So let's together and adjust the account setting to ensure only friends could view their content. This reduces risk, strangers of accessing their videos, and help the child understand the importance of privacy. It's a simple action that taught valuable lesson. You can do the same having a conversation about online safety. So I believe some of our parents here are already um, implementing the strategies I'm about to share with you. But there are six best practices common that have been proven to be effective. So first is to promote open communication. It is a key to successful digital parenting. Create a space where your child feels like safe discussing their online experiences without fear or judgment. Start conversations. Child feels like safety discussions their online experiences without judgment. When issues arise, listen carefully before offering advice. Discuss potential online risks like cyberbullying or inappropriate contexts and how they should respond. Encourage them to share any uncomfortable experiences they encountered online. Avoid overlay restrictive rules that may make them hide their activities. Instead, build a trust so they view as their guide, not a monitor. Let them know you're there to help, not to punish them or to punish. This approach strengthens your relationships and make it easier to address challenges together. For example, a parent shared how their child opened up their receiving mean comments online, no? Instead of getting angry, they asked their child how it made them feel and what they wanted to do. Together, they decided to block the user and report the comments. This approach empowered the child and built trust. It's a perfect example of how open communication can solve problems. Second is to set clear boundaries. Teaches children's discipline and balance. First is establish rules for screen time, such as limiting usage during meals or after bedtime. Second is encourage device-free zones in your home to promote face-to-face interaction. Be consistent with these rules while allowing flexibility for special occasions like group projects or family movie nights. Use tools like app timers or parental controls to inform limits without constant reminders. Boundaries help children develop time management skills and prevent overuse of technology. Explain why these rules are in place so they understand the importance of balance. Involve them in setting the rules to ensure they feel respected and included. Regularly review and adjust these boundaries as they grow older. This approach builds their senses of responsibility. For example, one family create no device at dinner. Rules. It became time for meaningful conversation without distraction. At first, it is very challenging, but over time, everyone began to enjoy their uninterrupted family time. This simple boundary improved their relationship. You can try a rule similar at this at this in your home. The third is the digital literacy. Equips your child with skills to navigate the internet safely and wisely. First is start by explaining the importance of verifying information online to avoid falling for like for fake news or scams, misinformation. Show them how to adjust privacy settings on how social media accounts to protect their personal information. Discuss the danger of phishing emails and suspicious links that could compromise their data. Encourage critical thinking by asking questions like, who created this content and why? Or is there a reliable source? Make it a habit to talk about copyright and plagiarism. Teaching them to respect intellectual property. This lesson will help them recognize the risk of sharing sensitive information online. Digital literacy also includes understanding their digital footprints and long term impact of what they post, empowering them to make informed decisions rather than reacting impulsive online. This the more they understand this concept, the more confident they will navigate the digital space responsibly. Fourth is foster safe online behaviors ensures your child avoids unnecessary risks. Safety should always be a priority. Explain to your teenager why it's crucial to protect their personal information, such as their full name, address, or schools. Help them understand oversharing can make them vulnerable to scam or even predators. Teach them to use strong, unique password and update them regularly. Encourage them to only connect with the people they know in real life on social media. Help them understand how to identify and report inappropriate content or cyberbullying. Discuss the importance of maintaining the respectful communication online, even in disagreements. Explain that once something is posted online, it's hard to erase. Even it's hard to erase so that they should think carefully before sharing anything. Reinforce the concept of consent. Teach them to each permission before tagging someone or sharing a friend photo. Being safe also means knowing when to disconnect, especially when they encountered harmful content. These habits create a safer and more positive online experience for them. Always remind them that there is online action should reflect the same respect and responsibility they show all offline. Example, one teenager avoided becoming a victim of phishing attack because their parents explained how to spot fraudulent links. What is phishing? Phishing is a refers to an attempt to steal sensitive information, typically in the form of username, password, credit cards number, bank account information, or other important data in other to utilize or sell the stolen information, similar to how you fisherman uses bait to catch a fish. Another example is like another child blocked a strangers who sent inappropriate message because they knew it was right thing to do. These examples highlight the importance of proactive online safety education. By teaching them what to look at for your helping, they protect themselves in situations you may not even be aware of. The fifth is to lead by example. As parents, our action speaks louder than our words, right? So I think it was already elaborated already by Ma'am Lisa and Sir Jade about model responsible. No, let's be a model responsible technology used by balancing your own screen time and prioritizing offline interactions. Avoid using phone excessively during family time. It sets the tone for what's acceptable behavior. Show them how to handle disagreements online respectfully instead of reacting expulsively. Use social media to share positive, meaningful content and avoid sharing personal details. When they see you practicing healthy online habits, they more likely to follow it. Be open your own digital challenging and how you manage them. It's normalize making mistakes and learning from them. Demonstrate mindfulness by stepping away from screen and enjoying hobbies or quality time. Your behavior teaches them the importance of striking a balance between their digital and offline lives. Remember, you're their primary role model in shaping their online habits. So what you do matter more than what you say. For example, one parent began setting aside their phone during dinner, and soon the entire family followed it. Another parent showed their child how to respectfully disagree with someone in online forum, using polite language instead of arguments. These actions not only taught their children responsible behavior but also strengthen family bonds. By by leading with your actions, you're setting the standard for your child's digital habits. Six, digital well-being is about fostering a healthy relationship with technology. Teach your child to recognize signs of digital fatigues like irritability or difficulty concentrating after long periods online. Encourage regular breaks such as 20-20 rules, looking away for a screen every 20 minutes for 20 seconds. Promote hobbies and activities that don't involve screens like sports, reading, or art to balance their day. Discuss how excessive screen times can affect their sleep mode and focus. Help them to set daily goals to include both online and offline tasks. Explain it explain that it's okay to be logged off when they felt overwhelmed or anxious. Make sure they understand that their self-worth isn't tied to their or comments on their social medias. Support their emotional health by encouraging open discussion about what they see or experience online. Digital well-being also means being a present in the moment, whether online or offline. This balance ensures they should use technology in a way that enrich their lives. For example, a family introduces screen-free Sundays where everyone spend the day doing outdoors activities, or maybe you can do boarding games, no? Another teen started taking regular breaks during online gaming sessions after learning how to help improve focus. These small changes had a big impact on their overall mood and productivity. Simple habits like this are steps towards digital well-being. Here are actionable tips for becoming an effective digital parents, no? So first, start by reviewing your child's privacy settings on their device and social media accounts. Ensure that they set up protect their information. Second, stay informed about the latest apps and trend your child might be using to understand their online environment. Use parental controls tools to monitor their activities, but remember that open communication communications works better than surveillance. Creating a family technology agreement to set clear expectation about screen time and online behavior. Be involved in their digital world by asking questions and showing interest in their favorite activities. Regular check in Regularly check in with them about their experiences online to address any issues early. Third, attend workshops or read guides to build or to stay updated on emerging digital challenges. Share your own experiences with technology to build trust and mutual understanding. Focus on being a supportive guide rather than a strict enforcer. No? These tips can help you create safer and more positive digital environment. Collaboration in schools, part, partnership with schools can reinforce the lesson you teach at home. Many schools now includes digital citizenship programs, which educate students on online safety, etiquette, and ethical behavior. Communicate with your child's teachers or counselors to understand how they address online issues like cyberbullying. Attend school events or workshop focused on digital awareness to stay informed and aligned with their educational goals. Encourage the school to host seminars for parents on the latest digital trends and challenges. Share the concerns about your child's online behavior with educators to get educational support if needed. Collaborate with schools ensures consistent messaging about digital habits at home and in the classroom. School can also provide resources such as recommendation tools or strategies for managing screen time. These parent these partnerships help you and your child feel supported. Together, parents and schools can create holistic approach to digital parenting. So in conclusion, digital parenting is about empowering your child to use technology responsibility. By fostering open community, teaching digital literacy, and setting clear boundaries, you create a foundation for safe and positive online behavior. Remember, you don't have to know everything about technology. You just need to stay involved and supportive. Use the best practices you've discussed today to guide your child while building trust and understanding. Digital parenting is ongoing journey. It is not easy, not one-time solution. Celebrate small victories and remain patient as you help your child develop healthy habits. Always keep the focus on connection, guidance, education rather than controlling them. Your involvement makes a difference in shaping their digital experiences. Together, let's work towards raising digital responsible and well balanced young adults. So thank you for listening and God bless all.
Thank you, teacher parents, for the sharing. And we are now open to questions or maybe concerns, because we are um, short of time, no? So maybe we could just email our questions so that we could also um, just email also the answers, because it's already lunch break for everyone. But before we go, no, let me just share maybe as a moderator what I have also learned from this one. To sum up the session, we have to realize that we're talking of senior high students or young adults and late teens, and They are people who are in some ways have established their own routines, especially in handling with digital technology. um, if we as parents have been successful, because I've also seen it in the comments, in guiding them when they were younger, then it will be a bit easier for us, hopefully, to deal with these concerns now. But if we have not established rules and conditions as of this time, then I feel that it is not too late to set some compromise and practice. Like, we might also need these practices as adults, not just our children would need it. We could start the simple practice of yeah, these were mentioned, bringing not bringing the phone during mealtime, or even the phones when you're about to go to bed should not be reachable. No, we might also need these practices for our own sanity and not just our children's sanity. And I agree with the parents saying that they are monitoring other aspects of their children, such as grades and open communication with them, especially because they are far from us or far from you due to school. And what Mom Lisa and Mom Cindy said is actually true when they said it's not the time to really impose or be too strict, but to support and guide and look after other areas in their lives, such as their mental and physical health. Um, Also, I think this is also one from the parents. Nothing beats leading by example and reminding them, not in a nagging way. Doing that should be an art, not in a nagging way. With that said, we hope you have learned a thing or two that you can use with your young adults. Now, with your young adults, I could not say children anymore, but young adults. So, before we go, let us now listen to Dr. Dave E. Marshall for our closing remarks.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for your active participation and for attending and your presence for today's seminar on digital parenting. We started actually delivering a webinar or seminars on digital parenting last year because we believe that in this fast evolving digital age, we are committed to foster a safe and balanced online environment for our kids, for our children, or for our students. Let us all remember that digital parenting is not about prohibiting technology use, but rather about guiding our children, guiding our kids, guiding our students to use technology responsibly and safely, while harnessing its benefits for their growth and development. Digital parenting also involves a dynamic and evolving approach that adapts to the changing digital landscape and the child's age and maturity. Digital parenting is a journey of guidance, exploration, and responsible engagement. It is about striking a balance between embracing the benefits of technology for educational and creative purposes while safeguarding against potential risks. By staying informed, setting clear boundaries, and fostering open communication, parents and teachers can surely empower young learners to navigate the digital landscape with confidence and wisdom. To me, the key is to ensure that technology becomes a tool for growth, imagination, and connection, enhancing their childhood, teenage, adolescent experience as they embark on a path towards a bright future. Let us continue to equip ourselves with knowledge and tools to guide and protect the younger generation in the digital journey. Together, we can ensure that technology becomes a bridge to opportunities and not a barrier to growth. Thank you and have a great day, everyone.
Okay, so before we have our pictorial, kindly just we're sharing here on the screen. We have our QR code for evaluation so that we would be able to impart better and more on the next or on the coming webinars as well. So we also have, if you don't have access to the QR code, then you can actually also access our URL here at the bottom, so that I think Sir Fredley has also placed it in the chat box for everyone um, to click and to do the evaluation.
At this juncture, we kindly invite you to evaluate today's session. Your valuable feedback will help us enhance our programs and services. Additionally, the evaluation will assist us in issuing your certificate of attendance, which will be sent within 2 weeks. Please ensure that you provide the correct email address. You can access the evaluation form by scanning the QR code or by clicking the link in the chat box. Thank you in advance for your time and input.
At this time, we would like to invite everyone to join us for a photo opportunity to capture this special moment. If your connectivity allows, kindly switch on your video. Please hold your smile as we take screenshots based on the number of frames displayed on the screen. Get ready, everyone.
So we're inviting everyone to turn on their cameras and put in their best smiles for our um, photo opportunity. Sir Fredley, Sir
Okay,
Fredley,
we
can you?
okay, we have two
Okay.
frames. So kindly hold your best smile. Okay, so we're doing the first frame. So ready? Okay. One, two, three, smile. Okay, just wait for a while. Okay, and then next is we go to the second frame. Okay. One, two, three, smile. Okay, and we're done. Thank you very much. And back to you, Ma'am Alf.
Okay, so thank you very much for giving us the opportunity to actually share our inputs, especially in digital parenting. So everyone is maybe excited to do or have their lunch for the day. So bon appetit! Thank you, everyone, and thanks for joining us.